Om Namo Narayanaya. We're studying a new chapter today called About the Woman of the Royal Harem and of the Keeping of One's Own Wife. The women of the royal harem cannot see or meet any men on account of their being strictly guarded. Neither do they have their desires satisfied because their only husband is common to many wives. For this reason, among themselves they give pleasure to each other in various ways, as now described. Having dressed the daughters of their nurses, or their female friends, or their female attendants like men, they accomplish their object by means of bulbs, roots, and fruits having the form of the ligum, or they lie down upon the statue of a male figure in which the ligum is visible and erect. Some kings, who are compassionate, take or apply certain medicines to enable them to enjoy many wives in one night, simply for the pleasure of satisfying the desire of their women, though they perhaps have no desire of their own. Others enjoy with great affection only those wives that they particularly like, while others only take them according as the turn of each wife arrives in due course. Such are the ways of enjoyment prevalent in Eastern countries, and what is said about the means of enjoyment of a female is also applicable to the male. By means of their female attendants, the ladies of the royal harem generally get men into their apartments in the disguise or dress of a woman. Their female attendants and the daughters of their nurses who are acquainted with their secrets should exert themselves to get men to come to the harem in this way by telling them of the good fortune attending it, and by describing the facilities of entering and leaving the place, the large size of the premises, the carelessness of the sentinels, and the irregularities of the attendants about the persons of the royal wives. But these women should never induce a man to enter the harem by telling him falsehoods, for that would probably lead to his destruction. As for the man himself, he had better not enter a royal harem, even though it may be easily accessible, on account of the numerous disasters to which he may be exposed there. If, however, he wants to enter it, he should first ascertain whether there is an easy way to get out, whether it is closely surrounded by the pleasure garden, whether it has separate enclosures belonging to it, whether the sentinels are careless, whether the king has gone abroad, and then, when he is called by the women of the harem, he should carefully observe the localities, and enter by the way pointed out by them. If he is able to manage it, he should hang about the harem every day, and under some pretext or other make friends with the sentinels, and show himself attached to the female attendants of the harem, who may have become acquainted with his design, and to whom he should express his regret at not being able to obtain the object of his desire. Lastly, he should cause the whole business of a go-between to be done by the women who may have access to the harem, and he should be careful to be able to recognize the emissaries of the king. When a go-between has no access to the harem, the man should stand in some place where the lady whom he loves and whom he is anxious to enjoy can be seen. If that place is occupied by the king's sentinels, he should then disguise himself as a female attendant of the lady who comes to the place or passes by it. When she looks at him, he should let her know his feelings by outward signs and gestures, and should show her pictures, things with double meanings, chaplets of flowers, and rings. He should carefully mark the answer she gives, whether by word or by sign or by gesture, and then should try and get into the harem. If he is certain of her coming to some particular place, he should conceal himself there, and the appointed time should enter along with her as one of the guards. He may also go in and out, concealed in a folded bed or a bed covering, or with his body made invisible by means of external applications, a receipt for one of which is follows: the heart of an ichneumon, the fruit of the long gourd tumbi, and the eyes of a serpent should be burnt without letting out the smoke. The ashes should then be ground and mixed in equal quantities with water. By putting this mixture upon the eyes, a man can go about unseen. Other means of invisibility are prescribed by Dhyana, Brahmins, and Yogashiras. Again, the man may enter the harem during the festival of the 8th moon in the month of Nargashirasha, and during the moonlight festivals when the female attendants of the harem are all busily occupied or in confusion. Thus we shall pause this chapter. I have now read a sentence mentioning homosexuality, a paragraph discussing women getting in on lesbian sex, though wasn't really about lesbian sex, just about being unfulfilled due to sharing the same husband, which sounds atrocious, and 2 magic spells have been given. All sorts of fun things. I did ask on an early video, would there be any mention of lesbianism? I didn't expect it. Kind of shocked that there is, but it's just so downplayed. It is disappointing. We will continue this chapter next time on the second half of the chapter on the keeping of one's own wife. So until then, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.